A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cadet Mebin David from TMI. Now, the topic that I'm going to talk about today is hope. I've been thinking about hope a lot lately. And what is hope exactly? Hope isn't logical. It's completely naive. It doesn't follow any logical set of combinations. It's not any permutation. It doesn't make any sense. But the real question I want to ask you is that without hope, do we really have anything left in our lives? Do we really have anything to look up to? You know what hope does? Hope gives us the ability to see light when there is complete darkness. You know the funny thing about hope though? We choose to accept hope, we choose to embrace hope, we choose to follow hope only when there is complete darkness. Only when the hardships and miseries of life are completely over us. That is when we choose to accept hope. You know, there comes a point of time in every man's life when he's completely down and out, when he has nothing to look forward to. The outcomes he predicted haven't gone his way. Everything's haywire, chaos is in his life. But just for a moment, a thought trickles down to his mind. He thinks, no, maybe I can do something different. Maybe I can do something beyond my limits. Maybe I can push myself. Maybe I can struggle a little bit more. Maybe I can open a door that's locked. Ladies and gentlemen, that thought that trickles down to your mind, that thought that trickles down to your soul, that thought that enables you to feel the power within you is hope. Now, I want to end by quoting something that every seafarer or every armed individual or every person who leaves home tells his father, tells his mother, tells his daughter, tells his child, tells his grandparents. Because where he's going is unplanned. He doesn't know where he's moving on to. It's an unplanned expedition, dangers, hinders, risks, everything is based. But what he says is simple. He says, I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That brings us to the last contestant, contestant number 18.
Good evening, members of the jury, dignitaries, guests, and all my fellow contestants. It's an honor for me, Cadet Lakshay from Training Ship Rahman, to be standing here today to express my views on being human. Can you imagine being anything but human? Not being able to succeed and go far in life? Well, one of the many good things about being human is being able to learn and succeed in life. It is a long journey between a human being and being human. For the former just means being a homo sapien, but the latter means actually being sensitive to the sufferings of other humans and living creatures. Today, we live in an era where I can see many humans but no humanity, where being human is just a tagline of an NGO. A world where blood is cheaper than water and organizations like ISS give nightmares. Being human has so many different meanings to different people. To me, being human means having the ability to think for yourself and also able to do things that help yourself and others. Since humans have the advantage to think for themselves, we all have the ability to make ourselves unique. I conclude my speech with a kind request to all my fellow human beings. Let us strive towards being human by setting an example, love and kindness towards all. For our next generation, for them to be called being human rather than just human beings. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of this round. We are going to call all the three contestants on stage together. Can we have two hand mics for the judges, please? Contestant number 10. I think I will not go on stage because this is your time, right? So you should be the one in the camera. Any guesses who's the next one? Contestant number 11. One more to go. contestant number 14. Okay, the judges have asked me to make one more declaration to you that one of them made it and one did not because the average difference was 0.5 of the marks. So I think let's applaud all of them. And now, guys, you and the judges, they will tell you what to do and you anyway know how to do it best. You have a mic with you on stage, right? Okay, so you can pass it around.
Okay, I will take Mr. 10. You are Abhishek Jha.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to you. My name
Good
is
evening, sir.
Mohan Naik from Dynacom. And my question to you is, why the Merchant Navy and not the Indian Navy?
Well, sir, I tried for Indian Navy, but I was conferenced out in the SSB interview. So that ship already sailed. And I always wanted to do a challenging career, which was rewarding. Sitting in a chair and climbing invisible ladders from 9 to 5 in front of a computer, that's not my style. I always wanted to do something which was challenging and at the same time lucrative. And this was one such profession. And you know what? Indian Navy gives a sense of purpose, pride, and discipline. And this job, too, gives a sense of purpose, a sense of pride and discipline. And apart from that, immense sense of satisfaction. Because, you know, you are the reason behind the propulsion of those enormous vessels across the Atlantic oceans in the stipulated time. Thank you.
I'll take contestant number 11. I'm going out of the box asking you this question. Can you hear me clearly?
No, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you out of the box. And I want a fair answer from your side. Seeing the talent today, if you were one of the top sportsperson, and now that you're joining the ship, how would you take on your career in the future, being a merchant naval officer, and would you get back to your sport that you were good in?
So I'm not guiding you, sir.
If you're assumed to be a top sportsman,
Okay,
and
sir.
you've chosen merchant navy as your career, given the time ahead of you, how would you plan to get back into your sport, or would you just go on with your career?
Sir, actually, the thing is that I'll go with my future, what have I chosen. Like, I have chosen the merchant navy, that I'll go with the flow. I'll not change my field. Because what I am at the best, I'll do that thing. That doesn't matter at where I'll go. If I'm good at sports, and if I'm good at merchant navy, I'll choose my career in merchant navy. I think that if I'll go to merchant navy, I can get to learn more things in ship career. Like, I can get the discipline, I can get the chance to roam across the world, and it's like, so that's it.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Pokhriyal,
Good evening, sir.
good evening. You are born a man.
Yes, sir.
Assume for a minute that you were born a girl.
Sure.
For me personally, I think you would be more privileged than you are today. But I give you a magic wand in your hand, and as a girl, tell me two things that you would change in this world to make this world a better place, to give women empowerment and to make this world a better place for women.
Okay. So first thing that came in my mind is racism. Like everywhere is there, especially even with women's. So I would like, if I would have a magic wand, I will finish this thing first of all. Second thing, what I personally feel, we don't give respect to the girls. We think like they are girls, what they can do. But what I think they can do much better than men's in some fields, in everywhere they are doing right now. So I will change these things to things.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I would like you now to go backstage.
Thank you.
I think we should give them a round of applause. And now the judges are back to doing what they do best. And then we shall decide who is the first ever Mr. Naughtica. What do you think? Should we have all three of them on stage? Hold each other? Yeah? Come on, boys. All of you come on stage. Come on, all three of you. Okay, let's have the music down. We have a winner. The first Mr. Naughtica, 2017. ये जवाब हम आपको ब्रेक के बाद. The winner, Mr. Naughtica, is Mr. Abhishek Jha from IMU, Kolkata. Thank you, boys. You all can leave. Please stay. Can we have the three judges on stage, please? Come on, pose with it now. You are the first medalist, Mr. Naughtica 2017, Mr. Abhishek Jha. Louder, come on, everybody. Come on. Sir, I have one more question for you. Sir, क्या आप मेरे साथ सेल्फी खींचेंगे सर? देखो मुझे ये भी नहीं आता. Thank you, it's a privilege. All the best. Don't worry, these guys are not our sponsors.